Hello everyone! Welcome to another ArtSnacks unboxing video. So this one will be for March 2020. It's crazy to think that it's already March. I feel like I just did an unboxing video for February not too long ago, and I was just so busy that I haven't even gotten a chance to do the February ArtSnacks monthly challenge, so I will have to play catch up on that. But for the time being, I wanted to open this box. It is actually February 29th at the time that I'm filming this. I had actually gotten an email yesterday saying that it was shipped and they gave me the tracking number and that it was expected for Monday, March 2nd. And so I was very surprised when this morning I woke up to an email saying that it was already out for delivery. So I'm super excited. So this is the March ArtSnacks box, which I believe is their birthday month. So hopefully we'll get something special to kind of commemorate the ArtSnacks anniversary. I know last year I believe they gave out a ArtSnacks exclusive pin, so we'll see what we get this year. Okay, and as always we get the menu, which I will take a closer look at once I open the supplies. Our candy this month is Smarties. All right, moment of truth. I don't know why I always end up trying to open these so nicely because I end up throwing out the tissue paper anyways. But, all right, so our sticker this month is kind of these cute triangle pastel things. And it looks like we've got a brush. This is the Menta R88R by Royal and Langnickel. It looks like size 8. And so let's look on our menu for the description. So the Royal and Langnickel Menta Series 88 brush. It's a watercolor brush, so I guess we're getting watercolors this month, which is great because that's something that I am currently dabbling with. And we have a full set. Let's see, these are colored pencils by Bronzeel. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly, but let's see. So these are colored pencils, set of 4. Oh, imported from Holland. These are cedar encased pencils packed with quality pigments. Okay, I wonder, it doesn't sound like they're watercolor pencils. It sounds like they're just normal, yeah, just regular colored pencils. So it sounds like this is an ArtSnacks exclusive and a limited edition item, which you can tell since it does have the ArtSnacks logo on it. So that's really cool. It looks like we have a brown color, kind of an reddish orange color, and then kind of a tan color, and then a forest green. So it'll be really cool to kind of try these out, see what the pigments look like. Next we have a graphite brush liner, and this is the brush size, so B for brush, and that is let's see, the graphite brush liner from super fine lines to big bold strokes. So it's versatile and it's waterproof, which is awesome, which means I could use it for any watercolor pieces. And finally, last but not least, we have Rembrandt, and this is a watercolor, and it looks like I got lavender, which is exciting because purple is one of my favorite colors, and since subscribing to ArtSnacks, I don't think I've gotten any purple products, so this is really exciting. I finally have something purple and in a color that I like. So Rembrandt watercolor. So this is also made in Holland. Let's see, highest concentration of pigment and pure gum arabic, and so it looks like it's a new and improved product. So it looks like our supplies for this month's box are, we've got an ArtSnacks exclusive colored pencil, we have a brush marker that's waterproof, we've got a watercolor brush, and then we have some Rembrandt watercolor. So it'll be super exciting to try these products out, so I'm just going to clear everything and then I'll get to swatching these out in my notebook. So first up we have the Royal and Langnickel Menta Series 88 brush.
Again, this is a watercolor specific brush, and I believe this is the first of its kind that I'm adding to my growing brush collection. So normally I use the synthetic stable brushes, and these bristles are a lot springier and they offer a lot more control when you're using them to paint. But that's at the expense of them not being able to hold as much watercolor as a brush that is specifically made for watercolors, like this Royal & Langnickel one that we got in this box. And so it was a very different experience for me to be able to use this brush and to just see how soft and flexible it is, and it just holds so much water, and it's able to retain the watercolor pigment for much longer with each stroke, which was really nice to see. So I'm just really excited to add this brush to my collection and to be able to use it for future watercolor pieces. I should also mention that this brush is incredibly lightweight. Like, I was just really shocked when I picked it up. It almost feels like the handle is made of like the smooth plastic and that it's hollow on the inside, and that's how lightweight it is. But the handle is actually acrylic, and that's to minimize the effects of any cracking or swelling that you might experience when it's submerged in water. For the Rembrandt watercolor, so as I mentioned in the live reaction part of this video, I got the lavender color. According to the ArtSnacks menu, they have 46 new and improved hues. And then the last line is, which one did you get? So I'm wondering if they actually offered all 46 colors in this month's ArtSnacks box. So I would be very curious to see what other colors are out there. So if you got an ArtSnacks box this month, definitely leave a comment below letting me know which color you got, because it'd just be fun to see the wide variety of colors that they offered with this new and improved version of the Rembrandt watercolor series. I don't own a lot of professional watercolors, especially because I am a beginner at watercolors, and so apart from the Daniel Smith watercolor tubes that we got last year with ArtSnacks, this is probably the only other set of kind of higher quality watercolors. And so I wanted to test how well it would work on both the wet and dry technique, which is that gradient you see at the top, and then the wet on wet technique, where you kind of create this puddle of clean water on the page and then you add the pigment on top. And the Rembrandt watercolor, like, it bloomed and spread very well with the wet on wet technique. And then I left a block of just the solid color, and we'll go back to it to test how well the color lifts once it's dried. Next, we've got the Graphite Brush Liner. This wasn't anything special. I already have a lot of fine liners and brush markers, but it was just really nice to see the wide variety of brush stroke widths that you're able to achieve with this brush marker. It kind of reminded me of back when I was taking an online calligraphy course, and to just be able to practice those strokes where the upstrokes you get really thin lines, and then coming down you get really thick lines. So as you can see on the page, you're able to achieve a lot of different sized widths with this brush marker. And I will definitely go back to test the waterproof aspect of it, since it does claim to be waterproof. And then last but not least, we have the Bronzeal Expression Colored Pencils. And this is a ArtSnacks limited edition exclusive product. The menu does mention that these are very high quality pigments, they're very bright, and that the hues are very vivid and will pop off the page. I personally didn't find that to be true when I was testing these out. And I don't know if it's just because the colors that came in this set are very muted, because they're browns, they're kind of like red, and then this dark forest mossy green color. So I don't know if it's because of the color selection that I'm not able to appreciate the vividness that the menu talks about. But also I feel like I pressed fairly hard on the left side of the page to try to get the saturation and the pop that was being advertised in the menu. And there was definitely a certain limit to how hard I could press and achieve color on the page. And I personally was not very impressed. So as you can see on the left side, that was pretty much the darkest that I could get with these colored pencils, and I was pressing pretty hard. I put a lot of pressure, and it just wasn't really changing the amount of pigment that was getting put on the page. And I'm not a huge colored pencil person when it comes to traditional art, so I really don't see myself using these outside of maybe the ArtSnacks challenge for this month, which is a bummer, but I mean, it is what it is. So I personally thought that the Caran d'Ache colored pencil that came in the April 2019 box was a lot creamier and a lot more saturated, and so maybe it was unfair to compare it with that. But like, again, it wasn't really anything special to me, and I wasn't very impressed. And just for funsies, I decided to just add water over it, and I was able to pull some pigment, but not enough to call these watercolor pencils. But I thought I'd give it a try just to see how well it would do. And so there's that. And then finally, I went back and wanted to check how well the Rembrandt watercolor lifted. And as you could see, it is incredible. Like, I did not have to try that hard to get that watercolor to lift off the page. And it's almost like there's no color there in the first place, which was really awesome. And then adding water to the graphite brush liner, which I was able to smudge some pigment, but I feel like it is probably a lot more waterproof if I had left it to dry for a bit longer. And so that brings us to the conclusion of the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. We are getting a Tombow bonus box, which will be shipped out, I believe, a week from when I received this box. So I will try to do a video for that as well. So until then, thank you again for watching and for your continued support, and I will see you guys next time.